Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is an exciting video because I'm actually on location at the largest plant nursery in Orlando, Florida. And I want to take you through my visit as I visit the nursery. And basically, y'all, I'm just trying to see what do they have that I don't have back in my hometown of Tennessee. So this is going to be a fun video. I'm going to take you through and show you all the differences, all the similarities, and we're just going to have a conversation about how when you live in a different place, there's different things that you see in your nursery versus your nursery back home. So I cannot wait to show you my adventure at this nursery in Orlando. So guys, I've been in Orlando, Florida for the past 2 weeks, helping my daughter move to Orlando. And so on one of these days, every day was beautiful, but on one of these days, I wanted to go and visit some nursery. One, I was missing my garden. And two, I just always like to go see other nurseries in other states just to see what they have. And if I can get one idea of a plant, or maybe they have a fertilizer that I've never seen, I'm up for the challenge. And so I'm at Lukas Nursery. This is in Oviedo, Florida. This is about 20, I would say probably maybe 20, 25 minutes from downtown Orlando. It is the largest nursery in Orlando. So we start off and immediately I come in and go to the seeds because why not? So they have a botanical interest stand. You can see all of the seeds. So I'm basically, telling my husband, okay, let me see if they have anything, one, that I don't have, or two, something that I've never tried. So a lot of these, of course, I've already done, but I was able to find some gems of some things that I had not tried before. So it's always fun to look at the seeds. And again, in nurseries like this, it's not uncommon to see a botanical interest setup of seeds. A lot of nurseries will carry that as their preferred seed company. And again, it's bright, colorful. They always have pretty pictures. They have great direction. So I'm always a fan of botanical interest. Especially I use them a lot to do a lot of flowers and stuff as well. What's this? Oregon sugar pod. You saw white carrots?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, marjoram. I don't have marjoram. Never had marjoram. So I can get some of that. Let's see what flowers they have. One of the nice things about going to nurseries in different places is that even though I've seen this botanical interest set up before in many nurseries, they actually do have some seeds that I do not have and or I have not heard of. So I got this right here. I've never even seen or heard of that one. This is a Anaheim pepper that I've never had before. I know y'all got me on these sugar snap peas because y'all want me to walk through the meadows eating sugar snap peas. And then I've always gotten my Roma tomatoes from the Dollar Tree, which they produce well. But I thought I would get one just from this botanical interest, which is a Roma tomato. So that's the beauty of just going to, how there's people that when they're in different cities, they go to different like thrift stores or antique stores or flea markets. It's the same concept. Everywhere I go find me a nursery. Do you not do that? Yeah. Okay. So let's see if there's any flowers that I don't have. Ageratum, I never heard of that. Huh. Let me read and see what the pattern of this one is. It only reaches 24 to 30 inches in height, so it's small. Can add vertical interest to borders. Okay. Maybe it's something that can go in the GREENSTALK. We'll try it. Okay, I got amaranth, I got alyssum. I got all that. Calendula. Got that. Those are like all different kinds. It's like a blend. Okay, let's go to a different part of the store. And then right behind me, they had like their onions and their shallots. These are onion sets, so you can start onions in sets, bulbs, or seeds. So these are sets. So all the different fertilizers and stuff, bone and blood meal. Also, that's like a blend. You don't usually see the bone and blood meal together. So that's together, but then these are separate. I'm pretty sure you're not gonna be able to hear me. It's too much noise in here. All of the Fox Farm. I use this one on a regular basis. I use this in my green stalks. You can see it's a 284. That means that the phosphorus is high, so it's great for things for root growth. I use this one definitely. I have not used that one. I've used that one. This is a new one I've never heard of, root drench. Let's see what this is for. It's for in-ground plantings, container gardens, hydroponic systems. It enhances root efficiency, which can improve nutrient uptake and water absorption. I'm afraid it might not spill in my luggage, but I never heard of that one. That's a new one. Growth risk. So this is just me looking at the ingredients. Also, this is like a liquid worm casting fertilizer. That's good. If I could put it in my luggage, I would. That's good. Oh, look at this. This is good. A vermicompost soil amendment. Nice. Okay. Espoma is always a good brand. I've used tons of their stuff. Tons of their stuff. Let's get a shot of all of them. That's a good price. Oh, they got alfalfa pellets. See, that's not in my nursery. That's only $8.99 for 5 pounds of alfalfa pellets. So these are the pellets versus the meal that's already ground up. But this is good. This is a great fertilizer for nitrogen, if your soil is nitrogen deficient. And they will break down, but you're going to pay less because it's in pelleted form and not ground form. Okay. Wow, that's a 10-2-12. All-purpose fertilizer, custom blended 4-in-1. So that's high in nitrogen, low in phosphorus, high in potassium. You don't normally see that in that array. Wow. I've never seen that. If I lived here, I would buy this. Okay, let's go. Now, one of the differences is because I'm in Florida, because their climate is different. I want to say that you guys in Florida are 9B and I'm like 7B. The things that are going to be out now, this is still February. This stuff would not be out in my nursery at all because it's a different climate. Like back home now, it's going to be 20 degrees tonight versus here they have all the stuff out that would normally be out in our nursery in probably, I would say, April or May. As you can see, it's an absolute gorgeous day on this day. Of course, it's always gorgeous in Florida for the most part. But it was so fun to see all of the beautiful flowers that are out now in February that I know for a fact would not be out at my nursery back home. And so they had similar stuff. It's just at the timing because of the climate. It's already out. You can buy it now. You can plant it now. Versus in my nursery, like I said, it wouldn't be out until probably 2 or 3 months from now. So they had a wide selection of begonias, geraniums, colincoas. They had everything, absolutely everything. I could have spent hours in this nursery. It was so beautiful. And then even some of the flowers that they had that we have, they had different colors that we don't have back home, which I thought was interesting. You'll see later in the video some orchids that I've never seen the color before. Now, this was a day during the middle of the week, and there was, quite a bit of traffic, but of course, not nearly as busy as it probably would be on a weekend or as you get closer to later in the spring, headed into the summer. Because even though they have a climate where you can grow, pretty much year round, we talked to one of the workers who happened to be from Nashville, which of course is close to where we live. So we had a good time catching up with him, and he gave us a little bit of history about the nursery. But he was saying that on the weekends, it is like just jam-packed in here. But one of the things he told us about this nursery is that the nursery is actually 100 years old, and it's actually family owned, which is so cool. I absolutely love that. And then also, we didn't show it on video, but they also have a butterfly encounter connected to the nursery. So it's like right to the right side of the nursery that you can do. That's pretty cool. They have different species of butterflies and things like that. So we didn't take the time to do that, but I thought that was nice. And probably if we had more time, we probably would have done that as well. But as I'm walking around, I'm just getting in the mood for spring. Hey, get me all the way to the summer, because you just get all the vibes looking at all these pretty flowers, and it just makes you feel like, hey, it's time to grow some things. So in terms of the pricing is very reasonable. $1.99 for that right there. That's an awesome price. Back home, that's probably $3.49. And you can get 10, it says, for $1.89 a piece. So that's a really good deal. Usually the plants that are $1.99 back home would be like a little small marigold in those little 6-pack or smaller, not a 4-inch. So that's actually a really good price. So now we're at the point where they have like all of their the Bonnie plants. So again, this stuff probably, it may be out in my area probably in the next couple of weeks, because they'll do a lot of the spring crops. But like the summer stuff probably won't be out until I would say like in April. But I was checking the price, because these plants go up on price every single year. And so the price is $5.99. They went up 1 cent. Last year they were $5.98. So again, y'all, this is a cucumber plant for $5.99. Now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's several cucumber plants in here. So if you get this, you can separate this or thin this out into several cucumber plants. So that would make sense to pay $5.99. But if this was one plant for $5.99, y'all, you can buy a packet of seeds for half this price and grow you tons of cucumbers. If you're starting from seeds. So this is just another example. Again, this is a good purpose if you, one, don't know how to start seeds, don't have a seed starting setup. You can go buy your plants. It's easy, plug and play. But if you're starting seeds, it's much more cost effective to do it that way. But that just goes to show you. They have cucumbers, onions, strawberries, tons of onions up here. Now, the herbs are $6.99, so $7 for one lavender plant. Now, I will tell you that herbs are always more expensive when you're going to buy them from a nursery. Like when I sell my herb plant starts, this just gave me permission. I sold mine for $8 last year for my plant starts. This just gave me permission. I could go up probably another $1 if I wanted to. And this is a well-established lavender plant. Lavender takes a long time to grow. So this is, if I had to guess, this is probably at least a 3 to 4 month seedling. because it takes for it to be this size at this much, it's at least 3 or 4 months, right? So that's not a bad price per se. Got rosemary, but all of these are $7. But they're pretty well established. They're not small. $17 for this pot of cilantro. Smells great. So y'all, it's going to be interesting. So these prices are $6.99. So the first one I showed you was the $5.99 cucumber, which was the price the stars were last year. But now I'm seeing $6.99. So it's going to be interesting to see if this is a Florida thing or if when I see my budding plants in my nursery, they're going to be $6.99. If you've been with me, you know that I said when I first started buying transplants 5 years ago, or starts, they were $3.98. If this is the real price, they have doubled in 5 years. So imagine paying $7 for this thing of chives. You got iceberg lettuce. The lettuce looks great, y'all. It's absolutely beautiful. Oh, this is a great example. Let me put this down. I don't want people to think I'm trying to steal these. Now, this is a great example of when you're going to buy the transplants, what I do. So this whole thing is $6.99, but this is one where it's not a single. Actually, 6 different compartments. So essentially, you're paying $1 and some change for each one. But if you look closer, there's probably a couple of plants in each pod. So this will be an example of, it would be definitely the way to go if you're going to do it this way, because instead of one plant you get 6, or really you get multiple. So you got romaine, collard greens down here, iceberg, looks great. Oh, Chinese cabbage. This is definitely not in my, I've never seen this in my nursery. Chinese cabbage, an appetite. I just love seeing what other people have. And this grows in my area in the winter and spring, but I never see it in a potting plant. So very nice.
Interesting.
So now we headed to another part of the nursery where they had other flowers, some that I had never heard of before. But these are roses right here. A different kind of rose, but it's in the rose family. You can see the name of it, cyclane. They had them in different colors, in pinks and reds and whites. And it almost looked fake until you got right up on it. And it was like papery thin, almost like the texture of like maybe a cosmos. So that was different. And then this was a very pretty begonia color. I loved this like peach orangey color that was very, very nice. That was one that I enjoyed seeing. And so we kind of just walked around this area to see what all they had. Some of these, as we keep going, were house plants. Others were things that you could put outside in your yard. But you can see this section right here is pretty big. They also had some native plants as well. Like I said, many I had never even heard of before, that I think is maybe native to Florida or maybe just not in my area. But although when I looked at some of the tags, it looked like things I could grow in my area, but that maybe they just don't sell in my area. So like I said, this area was pretty large. Again, this is the largest nursery in Orlando. So it is fitting to see the different sections and how big they are. So we just kind of walked through this area, but I'm so excited about the next section we're going to go to, which is all of the fruit trees. I cannot wait to see all the different fruits that they have. And as you guys know, I just started my fruit tree journey last fall. We planted 13 fruit trees in our brand new orchard, and then we have more to plant this spring. So I'm just now getting into fruit trees, and so I saw the sign that said Mango Valley, and I'm like, hey, I'm on my way. You see that? Properly placed shade trees can reduce your electric bills by up to 50%. You ever heard of that?
Nope. But that makes sense. Block the sun.
I've never seen blackberry bushes at my local nursery. Now, I just got into fruit trees. If you don't know, we just planted 13 fruit trees last fall for the very first time. So we're very new when it comes to fruit trees. But I've never seen blackberry bushes, I don't think, in my nursery. It could have been there, so I'm not going to say it's an absolute, but they have the blackberry bushes here. And then over here, let's go over here, they have blueberry bushes. I have seen blueberry bushes. They have tons of raspberry. I haven't seen raspberry either, but we got tons of raspberry bushes that you can plant. It's $20, $19.99 for $20. It says it's self-pollinating, so you don't need another one. Fruits in spring, summer, and fall soon after the first year. So that's pretty good. And on the back of it, each one has a recipe. Now this is for sure not in my area. This is a pineapple plant.
Oh.
$34.99.
It's big.
It is big. The closest we came to seeing a pineapple is when we were in Australia. I'll pop that video up here at the top. My husband and I went to Australia we were there for a couple of weeks. He was there on a ministry trip, but we stayed the first few days with a local couple. And in their garden, I do a video. They had mangoes, they had soursop, they had pineapples, they had papaya. They had all the things because it's a very tropical, where we were was near the equator, so it's very subtropical where we were in Australia. That's the closest I've seen to a pineapple plant. Of course, I've never seen one in my nursery. I haven't seen one in any of my friends' houses in the south, in Tennessee, that is. But you just come to the nursery here and buy you a pineapple plant. That's pretty cool. And then more bananas. More bananas. Babe, look, mango trail.
Uh-oh, gotta go there.
Oh my goodness.
Gotta go there.
Dang, guava.
Guava?
You're not finding none of this.
You need to ship some of this to the house.
This is guava, pink guava. I think I've had guava one time, and I want to say it was at some corporate event. And I'm trying to remember how they prepared it, but whatever it was, I liked it. I can't imagine. Oh my goodness. Not in my nursery. At home. This is $40, $39.99 for a pink guava. Now, for all of you who live in Florida or who live in subtropical areas, put in the comments what guava is similar to. Is it similar to a grapefruit? Like, I had it a long time ago, and it was in some type of concoction, and it tasted good, but it wasn't just straight guava. So let us know in the comments what it tastes like. Olive. Oh, I want an olive tree. Can you imagine growing your own olives? $24.99 for an olive tree. Y'all, if I would have drove down here, I would be getting me an olive tree for sure. I think I can grow olive tree in my area. I'm almost positive I can. I saw one on Fast Growing Trees. It was not $24.99. It was much more than that. But let me know if anybody has been successful growing olives. I think that would be so cool to grow olives. Now let's go over here to more fruit trees. Like, these are like well established. Okay.
These like they're ready to bear fruit. They got flowers on them.
They have flowers and everything. This is a peach tree.
Yeah, that's about ready to bear fruit.
How much? Let's see. $300, $299.
Is that good?
I guess if you're gonna have fruit this summer.
That's big. That's big.
You don't have to wait for it. So I guess you're paying for speed and convenience. Yep. I think the most I paid for a fruit tree was like maybe $100 from Fast Growing Trees, but all the rest of them were probably like maybe in the $75 range. So
They weren't this big though.
they were not this big. None of them was that big. So, babe, does this mean we're gonna have flowers in spring, even though we may not produce anything? We'll have flowers.
Should have some flowers.
Oh, I can't wait. That pink lunch. This is a mulberry tree. I've never had a mulberry before, so I don't even know what it tastes like. at all. It says hardiness zones 5 to 11, so it will grow in my area. And it says you can leave this one in the pot. You don't even have to put it in the ground. The closest I've come to chestnuts is hearing it in a Christmas carol. Chestnuts roast on an open fire. Never had a chestnut. I've never had persimmon. Have you?
Mm-hmm.
This is another olive tree, except it's full grown. I don't know why. I think the olive tree is so pretty. It's something about the slenderness of the leaves. I don't know. I like it. So nice. Lemon tree. A kumquat. Have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
I don't know. It looks
Never
like it's
tasted
sort
it.
of orange.
Yeah, it's some type of orange.
Oh, that's an orange. Yeah, calamunda. It's a type of orange.
Gotcha. Lime trees, lemon trees. Oh, this one got fruit on it, yo.
Where?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Kumquat.
It's a kumquat tree. It's like a lime.
Look at that. I guess it turns orange. Huh. Tangerine. I would love tangerine.
Imagine having this just out in your yard. That's your
In
trees.
your backyard. So there's pros and cons to whatever zone you live in, right? We all can do different things. But I'm telling you right now, I'm a little jelly of what y'all got going on in Florida. Look, they got limes on this one. I'm assuming this is a lime. That's a huge,
Oh, that's a huge one, man.
huge limes.
Look at that, yo.
They're just falling. I wonder how much this is. I'm gonna get a price. They're everywhere. They're loaded.
Loaded. True. You got more
Loaded.
flowers at the top.
Loaded. $6.99.
$6.99.
$700.
But it's already bearing fruit
It's got tons of fruit.
in the pot.
So
And that's a big tree to plant, buddy.
Yes, sir. That's all right. That's a big one. Lime tree. Wow.
So, but if you did a lot with limes, like you did a lot of Mexican or something like that, it'll be worth it. But it's a lot of limes. Or if you were gonna sell them,
Yeah.
because you buy two limes in the store, it's like $1.50, like 75 cents a piece. So depending on what you wanted to do.
Now, these kind of trees, do you have to plant them in the ground or you can leave them in the pot?
A lot of the signs were saying you can leave them in the pot.
Because that's big.
That would be a big old hole.
That's a big hole.
Yeah.
And it's already established.
And it's already growing in the pot.
Yeah. And it doesn't act like it's root bound at all.
I've never seen a grapefruit tree.
No, I never have. This is grapefruit?
Yeah. Wow. These trees look good too.
They do.
Real good.
Yeah, we need to buy a spot down here. All our fruit.
Yeah.
Ship it home.
There's a YouTuber who bought property in Florida, and he has this whole orchard down here. He lives in North Carolina or South Carolina, and he has an orchard down in Florida for all his fruit trees. Jackfruit.
Oh.
Wow, I've never seen a jackfruit tree.
Let's get a picture of this.
There you go. Avocado alley. I didn't see any avocados.
We got Avocado Alley.
Oh, here they are right here.
Wow.
They look like.
I've seen an avocado tree before.
I absolutely loved seeing all of the different fruit trees. Oh my goodness.
Oh, how I wish I could have these things in my backyard. Yeah, it was so fun to see all that. So we kept walking through. We didn't see anything else. I was hoping I could see avocado like growing on the tree just because I wanted to see one. And so after we leave this area, we start walking down. You can see over to the left is just more fruit trees that are more bare, so to speak. And then we start walking towards their greenhouse area. And then we're just taking in all the sights and sounds. So you can kind of see where we started over to the far right. Again, you can see just how big this nursery is and all of the many spaces and places. So no matter what you're looking for, you can come here and I'm sure you can find it. So as we walk into the greenhouse, I'm excited to see some different color orchids that I had never actually even seen before. So I'll show you that. Look at that big, beautiful palm tree in the background. I'm telling you, it's something about a palm tree that is just so calming, so relaxing. And I'm sure if you live here, I guess you get accustomed to it and it loses its, I don't know, allure. But for me, I'm always, always, always in awe.
Oh man, look at that. What do we have in here?
Just the greenhouse. I guess stuff that needs to be in here, I guess. Different house plants. Yeah, I've never seen these different color kind of orchids.
Never.
Wow. I've only seen them like in the white and this color, not in the blue and green.
Mm-hmm.
Orchids like humidity. That's probably why they're in here.
Mm.
It really was a great thing for me, my wallet, and everything else that I was in flight back home and not driving. Because had we driven to Florida, oh my goodness, the car would have been loaded with stuff. Just the house plants, the amendments that I don't have, the fruit trees, the plants. I could have gotten stuff that was, on like a cheaper price. Like my car would have been loaded. But fortunately for me and my wallet, I was in flight on the way back home. So I could not purchase anything. All I did was purchase those seeds that I showed you at the beginning. That was it. And that was all my luggage could absolutely handle. So now we're going to go back inside the nursery and I want to show you some of the things about the checkout as well that they had. A lot of like tools, equipment, and things like that. As we headed to the checkout, I just wanted to see again, what do they have that I don't have? So they had, your typical pruners. They had that little tube thing that you could hook onto a belt I thought was nice. But you had your typical things, your pruners, your cutters, your trowels, all the different stuff. This particular brand, Corona, I'd never seen before. And then they had some soil test kits, which was nice. So again, I'm a big advocate of a soil test. So you can actually buy one in the store instead of ordering one online. But that kind of wraps up most of our visit. Okay, guys, I had so much fun doing this video. Like I had mentioned before in one of the voiceovers, it's, like when you go to a new city, you may go to, let me see what their mall has to offer. Let me see what their thrift store is. And you just go to different places in that city. It could even be a restaurant, right? You go to the restaurant to see what are the locals eating? What are the local things? And so when I go to new cities, I'm always trying to go to the plant nursery. One, let me see if they have seeds that I don't have. Let me see if they have plants that I don't have. Now, for me, I'm flying, so I could not buy a lot of stuff to take back. But if I was in a car, there would have been some more stuff that I would have had in my basket. So I only bought seeds today, but it was fun to look and to see what's available. And it's fun to see, oh man, Florida can grow many different things that maybe I can't grow in my area. And we can grow some of the same things, but it's going to be more, it's going to thrive more in Florida because of the longevity of the nice weather, and they don't have, all 4 seasons. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments if you have been to this nursery before. Let me know if you are like within a stone's throw of Orlando. Definitely come and pay a visit to this nursery. It is 100 years old. It's family owned, and I love all of that. It's like 4th generation. It started off, I think they were selling celery is what the guy told me. So I love all of that type of history, and it's just a neat place to come to. So if you're in the area, definitely come and check it out. And if you're a stone's throw away, come by and check it out. Again, y'all, remember, this is all part of the journey. I hope that you enjoyed this visit while I'm in Orlando. Remember, this is a journey. Let's do it together. I'll see you in the next video, friend.